Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Savannah Chrisley shocks fans by disrespecting Grandpa. Former Chrisley knows best star Savannah Chrisley has shocked fans by disrespecting her grandfather. Her dad, Todd Chrisley, is already over her and her behavior. So what has she done to her grandpa, and can she come back from it? Keep reading for more details. Over the last few years, Savannah Chrisley has made waves by becoming a prison reform activist. After her parents, Todd and Julie Chrisley, were sentenced to a total of 19 years behind bars, Savannah's life changed. She was now the guardian of her two younger siblings, plus she was determined to get her parents released. Savannah campaigned and worked with whomever she needed to in order to get what she wanted. After 2.5 years, Todd and Julie were pardoned by President Trump and have since returned home. At the same time, Savannah and her family were filming a new reality series, which wrapped up before the pardon. Cameras went back up to watch the reunion of Todd, Julie, and their whole clan. This is to be real and raw, unlike their previous shows, which were lighthearted and comedic. In a clip from Back to Reality, Savannah is having dinner with her brother, Chase, friends, and their grandparents. They want to know how the pardon was going, but she is remaining tight-lipped. Her grandpa soon asks Savannah what they can do to help her along the way. She slyly looks at him and says that this question could have been asked 2.5 years ago. Savannah Chrisley also states that she will stay quiet when asked about that. Fans saw how rude she was toward her grandfather, who just wanted to be there for her. They immediately called her out for being cold and cruel, something her father has done. He has referred to her as Griselda and was tired of living under the same roof with his daughter. She has shared that she will be moving out ASAP. After fans saw how Savannah Chrisley snapped at her grandpa, fans and followers were not happy with her behavior. They could not believe how she spoke to him and that she got away with it. Moreover, they believed she needed to show some respect, something she clearly lacked. Oh damn, Savannah. That was mean at your grandfather. Couldn't leave it at no. She had to kick them to make sure they felt like trash. Now, Savannah, that was rude to your grandfather. Some did agree with Savannah and felt that some members of her family could have jumped in sooner. However, they did not in the way she needed, but that is no need to be rude. What do you think of Savannah Chrisley disrespecting her grandfather, and was she over the line? Let us know and watch the premiere of Back to Reality September 1st on Lifetime. Savannah Chrisley has never been one to keep quiet, but her most recent comments have left fans absolutely floored. Known for her quick wit, unapologetic honesty, and fierce love for her family, the Chrisley Knows Best star has built her public persona around loyalty. But this week, Savannah shocked fans by saying something that many interpreted as a swipe, perhaps even outright disrespect, toward her beloved grandfather, Todd's father, known to fans simply as Papa. The Chrisley family dynamic. The Chrisley family has always prided themselves on strong bonds. From Nanny Faye's sharp humor to Todd's high standards and Julie's steady grounding presence, each member of the clan plays a crucial role in keeping the family narrative alive on screen and off. But Savannah has always shared a particularly close relationship with her grandfather, who fans recall appearing occasionally on the show with his soft-spoken, traditional Southern charm. So when Savannah's words seem to suggest a lack of appreciation, or worse, disregard, toward him, the backlash was swift. Social media lit up with comments like, how could she say that about her papa? And Savannah used to be his favorite. What happened? What she said that sparked outrage. It all began during Savannah's latest podcast episode, where she was candidly discussing generational differences in parenting styles. At first, her observations felt harmless. She talked about how older generations often swept problems under the rug rather than facing them head-on, especially when it came to emotions or family struggles. But then came the bombshell. Honestly, she said, with a sigh, sometimes I feel like Grandpa just doesn't get it. He's stuck in his ways, and it feels like he doesn't really understand the kind of life I'm living. It's hard to even talk to him sometimes without feeling judged. To some listeners, that was simply Savannah expressing frustration. To others, however, the tone felt dismissive. Fans were quick to argue that Savannah had crossed the line from critique into outright disrespect. One fan on X, formerly Twitter, wrote, "You don't talk about your grandfather like that on a public podcast. That's family business. Total disrespect." Another added, "Savannah wouldn't even be where she is today if not for her family, and that includes her papa. Shameful." A pattern of unfiltered honesty. This isn't the first time Savannah has faced backlash for speaking her truth without filters. Since her parents Todd and Julie began serving prison sentences, Savannah has taken on the role of family spokesperson, often opening up about the hardships, the betrayals, and the raw emotions behind closed doors. That transparency has earned her praise from fans who see her as brave and authentic. But it has also put her under a microscope, where every word is dissected. Some argue that her bluntness is refreshing. Others insist that it veers into disrespect when aimed at loved ones. "She's young, and she's under a lot of pressure," one insider explained. "Savannah has the weight of her entire family on her shoulders. But that doesn't excuse throwing shade at her grandfather." Why it hit fans so hard? Part of the reason this comment landed with such a thud is that fans view grandparents with a special reverence. In Southern families especially, grandparents hold a position of respect and wisdom. To speak ill of them, even casually, is often considered taboo. For fans who grew up cherishing their own grandparents, Savannah's words felt like a betrayal of that sacred bond. "I couldn't believe she said that," one fan wrote on Instagram. "I lost my grandfather last year, and I would give anything to talk to him again." Savannah should appreciate hers while she still has him. Others noted that Nanny Faye, Savannah's grandmother, has long been portrayed as the comedic, lovable heart of the show. Fans adore her. So when Savannah appeared to draw a harsh line toward Papa, it disrupted that warm image fans have come to expect from the family dynamic. Did she mean it that way? Of course, intent and interpretation don't always match. Some defenders of Savannah believe the outrage has been blown out of proportion. "She wasn't trying to disrespect her grandpa," one supporter commented. "She was talking about generational differences, not insulting him personally. People are too sensitive." Another added, "Let's be real, families fight. Grandparents don't always understand younger generations, and it's okay to admit that. Savannah is just being honest about her feelings. Doesn't mean she doesn't love him." And indeed, Savannah herself has often spoken about her deep love for her family. It's entirely possible that her podcast comment was more about frustration than disrespect, venting in the moment without realizing how it would sound when clipped and spread across the internet.